All right, let's open up the playbook. If you're a manager and you are just tired of performance reviews that feel like a total waste of time, this is for you. We're going to break down how you can build a system that actually motivates your team and, drives real results. Let's get right into it.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start by taking apart that old-school review process, then build a brand new foundation. From there, we'll dive into the power of 360-degree feedback, walk you through a 9-step guide to put it all into action, talk about how to manage the results, and then finally how to build towards that ultimate goal, a true culture of excellence.
Okay, first up, let's tackle this performance puzzle. For way too long, performance management has been stuck in the past, right? It's all centered around that one single, often dreaded annual meeting. It is time to move on.
So, does this sound familiar? You sit down once a year for a review that feels less like a conversation and more like a monologue. That traditional top-down feedback from you to your employee is often, let's be honest, kind of loaded with bias, and it just misses the full picture. It's a system that is absolutely ripe for an upgrade.
So what's the modern way to do it?
Well, performance management today is a continuous cycle. It is not a one-time event. It's all about setting clear expectations, checking in on progress, giving constant feedback, and really helping people develop, all of it in service of hitting our shared goals.
So how do we actually build this new system? Well, it all starts with a rock-solid foundation. And that foundation is built on one simple but incredibly powerful idea: clarity. It really all begins with crystal-clear job descriptions. That way, there's no confusion about who's supposed to do what. Then, you pair those roles with SMART goals. You know the drill, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This simple framework is the bedrock for any truly objective and fair assessment.
Okay, now for the core strategy in our playbook, unlocking what we call the 360-degree advantage. This is how we get a genuinely complete picture of someone's performance.
So unlike that old top-down review, 360-degree feedback is this amazing, multifaceted tool. It basically democratizes the whole process by gathering input from a whole circle of people, not just the boss, but also peers, direct reports, and even outside clients. And crucially, it includes a self-assessment, which really encourages personal reflection.
Now, take a look at this because it really visualizes what we're talking about. You can see we're pulling insights from literally every angle. This isn't just one person's opinion anymore. It's a rich, comprehensive set of data that paints a much more accurate and nuanced picture of how an employee is really doing.
And the benefits here are just huge. I mean, you're not just cutting down on the bias from a single reviewer, you're seriously boosting an employee's self-awareness and encouraging better teamwork. It creates this culture of transparency, and it basically gives each person a personal SWOT analysis, a clear look at their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, which is an incredibly powerful catalyst for growth.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually make it happen? Right. Well, this next part is your practical, step-by-step guide to putting it all into practice.
The first 5 steps, these are all about the prep work. First, define your objectives. Is this just for development, or will it actually impact bonuses? Big difference. Then, develop a competency framework that's tied to your company's core values. Step 3, figure out who's giving the feedback. 4, you got to communicate the purpose clearly to everyone to get their buy-in. And 5, pick your tool. You'll need something easy to use that, and this is key, ensures confidentiality.
Next up is execution. And you got to remember this: while planning is half the battle, training is like 90% of the victory. That's step 6, and it is the most crucial part. You have to train everyone on how to give and receive feedback constructively. After that, you roll out the process with clear timelines, you analyze the data to find those key insights, and finally, step 9, the follow-up meeting, where you share the report and create a real plan for what comes next.
So once you have all this data, you have to act on it. And that brings us to managing the full spectrum of your team's performance, from the folks who are struggling to the ones who are absolutely crushing it. A balanced approach here is absolutely key. For underperformance, a performance improvement plan, a PIP, should be a supportive, collaborative tool that's focused on development, not punishment. It's about setting achievable goals and giving them the resources they need. And on the flip side, you have got to celebrate success. Recognition, whether it's just some simple praise or a formal award, is so powerful. It reinforces the behaviors you want to see, and it just boosts everyone's morale.
So here's the crucial point. All of these individual plays we've talked about, the clear goals, the 360-degree feedback, the PIPs, the recognition, they all lead to one ultimate goal:
Because this isn't just about ticking boxes on a form. The real prize here is building an entire culture of continuous improvement and excellence. You're creating a system where every single employee is empowered to thrive. And when they do, your entire department, your whole organization, is driven toward its most important goals.
So the real question isn't if you should update how you manage performance, it's how you're going to start. You have the playbook right here in front of you, so now you've got to ask yourself, what is the very first play you're going to run to start building that culture of excellence on your team?